Hi, everybody. What's up? It's me, Jessica, your health fitness program manager from McLean, and I'm looking forward to guiding you through today's Tabata circuit. All right. It's a holiday, so I definitely recognize that some people might not be in town. So if you happen to be traveling, this can still be a great workout for you. Let me just make sure everything's streaming okay here. Looking good, looking good. All right. If you do happen to have some weights, though, I would encourage you to have a couple weights. The description of the moves that we're going to do today is in the chat. Let's go ahead and get started with the march or a jog. I'm going to march slash jog right over to here and bribe Fred a little bit more. Throw some almonds in there. Oops, someone's being nasty. Okay, so go ahead. Find your little march or jog, working to get your whole foot to the floor. Maybe thinking today about even lifting your knees up a little bit higher than usual, swinging those arms, and if you have the space, move forwards and backwards. I'm going to move all the way forward to the kitchen where I think I left the timer. I did. So good. All right, just a couple more seconds here of your march or jog, then find your space and let's go ahead and get some jumping jacks in. Whether you're just stepping that jack out and in, or you're actually finding a jump, or maybe you're just adding a little bit of a hop step, I want you to get your arms all the way up overhead and then all the way back down. Are you holding your breath or are you using your breath? Awesome. Keep this up. Let's get 10 more seconds. We're going to come on back to some of those knee drives. So keep your arms high here. Arms come up nice and high. Find the nice big knee drive. This is very similar to the overhead press and knee drive that we're going to make happen today. Can you turn and twist a little bit side to side? Warm up your obliques a little bit more. 15 seconds left right there. If you want, you can add in a hop. I'm going to keep the intensity on the lower side to not upset my downstairs neighbor. Last 4, 3, 2, turn it into a straight leg kick. You can alternate your kick, or you can add in a couple steps. We're bringing those arms up overhead to warm up and challenge the shoulders to get the heart rate going a little bit more. Your kick does not need to be as high as mine. Can you keep your foot flexed and see how that feels? We'll get a little deeper into your hamstrings. 10 more seconds. For 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Shake it out for a sec. Go ahead, just swing your arms open and close. Come into a nice lateral side to side step tap. Just switching which arm is crossing over the other. Just about 15 more seconds. We're going to turn it into a row with a hamstring curl in 3, 2, 1. So just draw your elbows back, squeeze your shoulder blades in towards each other, kicking your glutes with your heel. You can get a nice little stretch in your quad with your knee pointing down towards the floor. You want to stretch out that glute a little bit more? You can kick that barn door shut behind you if that's the warm up that you think you need. Kicking that barn door shut with the row. I like this feeling of that quad stretch. Kicking my own bum for 3, 2, 1. Yay, shake it out. Go ahead, grab a quick sip of water. Make sure you have that water nearby because we're not going to have a lot of specific water breaks, but if you need one, I encourage you to take one. If you can even wait between exercises to have your water, because our breaks are going to be really short. First move is going to be an overhead press, the knee drive. So if you want to hold on to weights, you can. Otherwise, just going for the motion is going to be great. We're going to do this one with our palms facing in. So arms are going to start up overhead. Find that knee drive. You can emphasize the crunch here too. So as your elbow comes towards your knee, really working to decrease that space between your lower ribs and your hips. And if your weights get too heavy, you can put them down or grab something lighter. We got 8 rounds of that move. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Palms to your face. So arms up. Exhale. Alternate those knee drives and really work to decrease that space between your lower ribs and your hips. If you don't normally do an overhead press with your palms facing in, this already might be really challenging on your shoulders. Take a break. 1 round down, only 7 to go. For 3, 2, 1, begin. I like to keep moving during that 10-second break, either marching in place, maybe dancing to some music if you have it playing. And I'm trying to send my arms straight up overhead. So not letting elbows really wing out to the side. Ooh, take a break. Might not be able to make it with these 5 pounds all the way through. It is what it is. Get ready. Let's start again. Just because something is hard today doesn't mean it's going to be hard tomorrow. Keep up these palms facing you, knee drives, and overhead press. Ooh, I'm going to switch to a lighter weight. In 3, 2, 1. Arms up. Here you go. And maybe you need to move a little slower than I'm going today. Or maybe this is easy for you and you can move a little bit faster. Take a break. Ooh, we are halfway through. Halfway through. How you feeling? I can hear my heartbeat in my ears. Begin again. All right. If you're really having trouble with these palms facing towards you, overhead press, maybe you just grab hold of one weight. Arms up overhead. You can still find your knee drive. A little bit less stress on the shoulders. Hopefully you started. Take a break. But I encourage you, if you can try again this challenge of palms facing you to overhead press. We're coming to our last few rounds. 3, 2, arms up. Here you go. Really drive those knees. Take a break. I think we got 1 more round to go. In 3, 2, 1, arms up. Here you go. Oh my gosh, we did it, everyone. Go ahead, put those weights down. Shake it out. Grab that quick sip of water if you want. Give yourself a couple arm swings. Relax your shoulders. Next move, we're going to work a little of the back, get a lot of the hamstrings too. So we're going to go for a Romanian deadlift into a row. We're going to start off with both feet on the floor. So grab the weight that's good for you for a row. If you're using weights, you're going to stand with your feet about hips width distance apart. You can have a bend in your knees. And depending on how you're feeling today, you might exaggerate that bend in your knees as your glutes press to the wall behind you, press to your heels, squeeze and lift. If you're feeling a lot more flexible If it's within your range of motion, you can also get a straight leg deadlift. Maybe you don't go down quite as far. All right, let's do those moves. Oh yeah, and we're gonna get a row at the bottom, I forgot. So as you're here, getting that big stretch into your hamstrings, you can either row low or you can row wide and then stand right back up. We got 8 rounds, so feel free to mix it up in 3, 2, 1. Begin. So feet about hips width distance apart. Belly pulled in because you're hinging from the hips. Remember, you can generously bend your knees as you paint down your thighs. Oops, I forgot the row. So go back down while you're here. Squeeze shoulder blades in towards each other, then press through your heels, squeeze glutes as you stand up. Yay, 1 round is done. We're going to get 3 more with both feet on the floor. Shoulders down and back, belly in, 3, 2, begin. Here you go. Finding that Romanian deadlift, row to stand. Three more seconds. 2, 1. Awesome. 2 down. Going to suggest at least 2 more with both feet on the floor. 3, 2, 1. Hinge and begin. Switching my row up this round though for that more upper back focused. Elbows going wide as opposed to elbows going straight back. For 3, 2, 1. Take a break. One more time through with both feet on the floor, and then option to go for a single leg deadlift. Let's get this last time through. Both feet down, belly in, shoulders back. Begin. Down, row, press through your heels, squeeze and stand. So as you're coming down, you should have a nice flat back, lots of length through the crown of your head, rooted through your feet for that long, strong spine. Awesome. Now you can keep both feet on the floor, or you can challenge yourself here to have one leg lifted or maybe back toe on the ground. So row down, Romanian deadlift down, row, begin. So maybe that foot floats. Or maybe you just keep that toe gently touching the floor so that you're working more specifically that front leg. Do you feel it in your hamstring? Take a break. We're going to do that same leg one more time if you're doing single leg. For 3, 2, 1. Hinge and begin. Just realized my shoes are right next to me. 10 seconds left. Still sending your glutes back. If you're on one leg, try not to externally rotate your hip. Hips still stay squared to the ground. Awesome. We're going to switch legs. Keep that long, strong spine, belly pulled in. 3, 2, begin. Remember, you're hinging from the hips and painting down your thigh, so don't lose that motion. Take a break. We got one more. Last of the RDLs to rows. In 3, 2, 1. Go for it. Hinge hips towards your mat. For 3, 2, 1. Yes. Okay, you can put your weights down because we're going to hit the floor next. So if you're having water, just take a teeny sip. We're coming into a plank form. Mega sigh, or one of my least favorite moves. But if I dislike it, it's probably because I need to do more of it. It's not my best. But maybe it's yours. So I hope that you enjoy this next round of mountain climbers. Now you have many different options for your mountain climbers. So I encourage you as you move through these 8 rounds to change where your knees are driving. If you need a break, you're going to come onto your hands in tabletop, and even here from tabletop, just work to draw that knee forward. Maybe you're getting that little bit of rounding into the low back, just like we did during our standing overhead knee drives. Otherwise, legs can be nice and long. Think about bringing your knees to your nose sometimes. Think about bringing your knees across the body as much as you can. Even think about bringing your knees to your outside elbow so we can really work all of the glutes in 3, 2, 1. So I'm going to start off modified, maybe even knuckles on the floor. Just using that exhale once again to drive that knee forward, unless you decided that you wanted to start to the side. For 3, 2, 1. Now, this 20-second interval might feel short for you. If it feels really long, challenge yourself as much as possible. Take a break where needed, and then jump back into the challenge when you can. Let's do it. So maybe you're going nice and slow for these mountain climbers, or maybe you're mixing up the pace each round. Remember, if you need to, you can always come back down to your knees, tap it out a couple times, and maybe you can come back to your plank. And take a break, 2 down. For 3, 2, 1, start again. Think towards shifting the weight forward into your hands, palms, having that back engaged. So shoulder blades are gently squeezing towards each other. For 3, 2, 1, take a break. Almost halfway. You're doing great. Showing up is half the battle. Begin. Even if you just do 1 mountain climber on your leg and come back to your knees, maybe the next time you can get 2 mountain climbers from a plank. Take a break. Awesome. So work your way up incrementally to the challenge that's best for you. We're halfway through. Begin again. Maybe you want to challenge yourself a little bit extra here in these last rounds. And instead of taking a break for 10 seconds, you hold your plank and then you come back into the movement. For 3, 2, option to hold that plank. You look good if you did it. And if you didn't do it and you're honoring yourself with a break, you look good too. 3, 2, here we go. There's like something going on outside my apartment right now. For 3, 2, 1. Okay, we've got less than a minute to go with these mountain climbers. Begin. I really cannot imagine what's happening out there. It's very distracting. For 3, 2, 1, take a break. 1 more round. Are you schwitzy? I'm getting schwitzy here. 3, 2, here we go. Great news, y'all. We are beyond halfway through our whole workout for the day. Last 5 seconds of these mountain climbers. 3, 2, you did it. Ooh, let's stand up. Grab that quick sip of water if you want. This next round is going to involve a little bit of balance. No weights are needed. But if you want to hold a weight at your chest for an extra challenge, I will not stop you. Let me move my mat out of the way. We'll need the mats again for our last move. All right. So we're going to start standing towards the top of your space. Your hands can be at your chest, or maybe you need your hands at your hips. Totally up to you. I like hands at the chest because it encourages me to keep the chest lifted and the back engaged. We're going to stick with one side for the first 4 rounds, and then we're going to switch it up. You're going to step back into a lunge or just a step back, some sort of a step back. You're going to shift the weight into your front leg for a little balancing stick, as straight of a line as you can be, whether your head is pretty high or whether your head is even with the floor. I want you to be as lifted as possible. So if getting your head even with the floor means that your leg is really low, find that straight line. Then you're going to step back into your back lunge, knee drive, and repeat again. Okay, so one more time through. It's going to be a back lunge, a hinge forward leg lift, a back lunge into a knee drive. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Take that back lunge, shift the weight forward, straighten your front leg, lift back toes off the floor, bring that back leg back down, knee drive. How quietly can you step back into this lunge? So each time that right foot, if you're doing the same as me, touches the floor, it should be really quiet. Take a break. All right, one more time through with our hands low, and then option to raise those arms up high for extra challenge. 3, 2, 1, belly in. So as you're stepping back, you're still making sure that your hips are staying square to the space in front of you, that they're not rotating out to the side. And you got so much weight in that front leg heel. This back toe is just kind of like, oh, we made it. Helping you to brace. All right. You want more of a challenge? Arms are going to stay up overhead for more challenge here. Let's begin. So step back into your lunge. Biceps stay by your ears. Hinge forward, balancing stick. Step back into your lunge. Knee drive. Keep going. 3, 2, take a break. We got one more time on this side. Oh, that glute is feeling tired. All right, in 3, 2, go for it. Back into your lunge, into your balancing stick, into your back lunge, knee drive. Don't let that toe slam down to the floor as you're coming in and out of the lunge. Woo, one side is done. We got one more side. Then we get to hit the floor for our final move of the day. All right, starting with hands low. 3, 2. So we're stepping back into a back lunge. Whole new side of the body. Oops. Into your balancing stick, into your back lunge, knee drive. But that little wobbliness is exactly what I'm saying. Whole new side of the body. Be kind to yourself. You can use this first set as diagnostic. Take a break. I definitely feel so much tighter throughout this hip. 3, 2, 1. I also know that size hamstring is really tight. So be kind. What can you do with your body today, within this breath, within this round, with no judgment, just pride? Take a break. All right, option to bring those arms up overhead if that's what works for you today to add that extra challenge. 3, 2, 1. Still finding that step back. Straight spine, straight leg, balancing stick. Lunge, knee drive. 3, 2, take a break. One more time through. In 3, 2, 1. Arms up. How you feeling right now? I hope that you're so proud of yourself for coming, for trying. Remember, the more that you focus your eyes on one spot, the easier balance is going to be. So find that laser focus. Last couple seconds. You did it. Great. Shake it out. Oh, we're coming back down to the mat. If you're drinking water, tiny sip, because we've got planks and push-ups coming up. Here we are on the floor. Now you can do any kind of plank, any kind of push-up that you want. You want to do a single leg plank, a single leg push-up, a side plank. Make this last round a little bit your own. The only thing I'm encouraging is that you switch from one to the other. So set yourself up for your push-up. Much like mountain climbers, push-ups, I'm not the best at. So for me to really feel some engagement in my chest and in my back, I like to do push-ups right here from tabletop and bring elbows back towards the hips, little tricep focus move, and then push myself back up. That's going to help me make the move happen with good form. As I start to step my legs back, I might be able to get 1 or 2 full range of motion push-ups in, but then I know I start to let my belly sink towards the floor, or letting the chest lead as opposed to everything coming down and everything going up together. Find what works for you. Right now for this round in 3, 2, 1, begin. So getting 20 seconds of push-ups, then you get 10 seconds of rest, and we're going to find a 20-second plank. Make this meaningful for you, even if you need to stand up and do your push-ups against the wall. Awesome. 10 seconds break. That's a great way to start working on that push-up strength, to be moving your whole body together if you don't like this option on your knees. All right. Any kind of plank you want starts right now. Make sure your hips aren't high. Can you even stack your heels on top of the balls of your feet? Halfway. Engage your back. Engage your belly for 3, 2, 1. Take a break. Back to those push-ups. Oh, you're gonna. Thanks, Fred. All right, in 3, 2, 1, find your push-up. I think I am going to challenge myself to a side plank next. What is your least favorite version of plank? Can you do it for at least 1 round? For 3, 2, 1. 10-second break. All right. If you're joining me on side planks, remember you can have your knees down. You can straighten one leg out. You can bring a leg to the top and straighten your bottom leg out. The time has started. I kind of want to try both feet together. For 3, 2, 1. Lower yourself down. We got push-ups again. In 3, 2, 1. Find your best form. Take whatever modifications you need to have this good full range of motion push-up form. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. We got that other side plank. If you're doing side planks with me, remember, you can have your knees on the floor. Maybe you have your bottom leg extended and the top leg bent. Begin. Maybe you're working on having both legs long. Remember, with challenge comes change. Are you trying to change? Are you happy where you are? Are you looking to maintain? Yay! We got push-ups again. I'm going to demonstrate that standing incline push-up this round. Here we go. My TV gets a little bit in the way. Great. Look at that. Already getting a deeper range of motion. Just a couple breaths left. Oh my gosh, we did it. One last plank. Find your last plank form in 3, 2, 1. Begin. as much length as you can create from the crown of your head through your heels, which are ideally stacked on top of the balls of your feet. Yay! Bring your knees to the floor. You can open them if you want. Bring your toes together. Send your glutes back towards your heels. Relax your head down to the floor. Take some long, slow, deep breaths. If you want an extra stretch in your shoulders here, really press the pads of your hands, even your fingers towards the floor. If you want even more, tense your hands, lifting the pads of your hands off the floor, but pads of the fingers press down. And if that's too much on your shoulders, maybe make those goalpost arms, pressing the inner edge of your elbow towards the floor for a different stretch through your back. And if that's still too much, just release your hands all the way back towards your feet and let gravity create some space between your shoulder blades. Wherever you are, we're going to take 3 breaths. Can you make your exhale slower and longer on each exhale? Last one. Get all your stale air out. And then bring your hands, palms underneath of your chest, shoulders. Push yourself up to tabletop. Give yourself a couple cat cows. Let your hips lead. Feel free to shake your cat's tail or your cow's tail. Just change your body shape as you change your breath. And then let's find a nice neutral tabletop. From a neutral tabletop, spread your fingers really nice and wide. We're going to make some circles with our shoulders and your chest, maybe 2 or 3 in one direction, and then change directions of those circles. And then work to find some stillness in your shoulders, neutral tabletop, and make some circles with your ribs. 3 in one direction, just doing your best. 3 in the opposite direction. And then focusing on your glutes and hips. So 3 circles in one direction, glutes coming back towards heels. And then 3 circles in the opposite direction. Great. Once you're done, find your neutral tabletop. Once again, tuck your toes under, send your glutes up towards the ceiling. You can have a generous bend in your knees. Bring your head between your arms. Lower belly comes towards your thighs and pedal through your heels. Take a moment to stretch through your calves, maybe toes all the way up, and then trying to press heels down towards the floor a couple times. And then work for a few breaths to really sink your heels towards the floor. Maybe they touch today, maybe they don't. And then walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Once they're close, shift weight into your heels. Generously bend your knees and slowly roll yourself up. 1 vertebrae at a time to the top. Oops, I went a little over on time. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, relax your arms down by your side. 1 more time, big breath. Feel free to bend your knees. Inhale, arms all the way up. Take your time as your arms come down. Find any stretch that feels good, feels meaningful for you. Maybe press towards the walls away from you. Arms relaxed completely by your side. Stretch fingers down towards the floor. Decompress your shoulders for a moment because we worked those today. And then release. Yay! Are you so proud of yourself? I know I'm proud of myself for making it through today's workout. So I hope you are too. Can't wait to see you again, either on campus tomorrow or virtually a little later in the week. Have a wonderful rest of your day.